it's Jill, your financial coach. I am just checking in here with you guys because, oh my gosh, it is less than 70 days until Christmas. I can't believe it. So anyway, to get in the spirit, I pulled out one of my kids' little elf hats, and we are going to talk about some of the top 3 tips that can help you get through the holidays a little bit less stressful this year. So we are going to talk about some of the ways that you can really fine-tune your Christmas shopping and stick to a budget. And I hope that you all can get through the holidays totally debt-free and paying for everything with cash. So we're going to get started right away here. One of the things that I want you guys to be able to look at or print out is I have a attached PDF that is kind of a brainstorming tool. It is this little Christmas wish list here. So this is your brainstorming list for Christmas planning, and it is going to take you through all of the possible people that you are going to be shopping for so that you can really get it down on paper and take a look at who you are actually shopping for, because it's really challenging to set a budget when you haven't really thought that through. Because let me tell you, there are so many expenses and just little gifts and things that come up throughout this holiday season that you are not at all prepared for. So we're going to make sure that we tackle all of that right now in advance so that you guys are well prepared to get through the holidays and are paying for everything with cash. Nothing is going to feel better than going into the new year and knowing that you did the best that you could through the holidays and you are starting off the year with a clean slate. So first, we're going to look at the top number 1 tip, and that is going through this brainstorming worksheet that I have attached, this PDF that you can all download for free, and it is going to help you get your list together. Having a list that is very well defined is going to be the number 1 tool that is going to help you get through the holiday season. So we're just going to run through this little brainstorming list so that you can kind of see some of the examples that you may or may not have normally thought about, but I guarantee come up throughout the holiday season and you kind of kick yourself because you didn't have anything planned for it and you're running around like a crazy person trying to pick up those last minute gifts for things. So number 1 is your significant other. So husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, roommate, whoever that important person is in your life that you just are given that you're going to be shopping for. And they're normally one of your top money expenses, right? So they're one of the ones that you typically will spend a little bit more on because you want to get them something special. So you are definitely going to put them on the budget. And with each of these, I want you to write down the person's name. Who is it that you're shopping for? I want you to set a dollar amount. So, and then I want you to brainstorm some ideas. So maybe in the reverse way, brainstorm some ideas and then kind of look at how much is that really going to cost me, and put down a dollar amount that you feel comfortable with. So I want you to have all of that on your list. And once you get to the end, you may wind up going back and kind of tweaking some of those, saying, actually, I'm not going to spend that much on that person because, oh my gosh, I'm like $1,500 over what I intended. So let's try to be strategic. But first, you're going to look at your significant other. 2, any children. So if you have kids, obviously Christmas time is a big time of year for them, and this is where parents really tend to go overboard, or grandparents, where you wind up spending so much more than what you thought you were going to spend, and you want to spoil the kids, and you see so many fun toys, and then you wind up with like this Christmas tree that's stacked with presents up to the ceiling, and the kids don't even know what they got, honestly. They have so much that they're just overwhelmed and tossing one thing to the side. So we're going to be very strategic when shopping for our kids this holiday season and set a real budget up front, and you are not going to waver from it. Any other family members you're going to list down. So your parents, grandparents, sister, brother, cousins, if you do a gift exchange among family members, anything like that, you're going to write all of them down, a potential gift idea, and a set dollar amount. So the set dollar amount is really critical here, where you're deciding right now how much you're going to pay to get a gift for this holiday season, okay? Any friends that you might buy gifts for, neighbors, co-workers, and there's always some sort of secret Santa something going on at work. So whether or not you have a lot of friends there that you actually buy gifts for, I would guarantee that you're going to have something where you need at least $20 to pencil in to buy some sort of Secret Santa gift or something like that. So just kind of plan on that if you work in an office place. It's pretty standard. Any other group that you might belong to that does a gift exchange. So I know a lot of church groups, Bible studies, book clubs, bunco clubs, just anything where you get together with a group of people regularly and they may be doing some sort of gift exchange. Again, these are typically a smaller gift, so maybe $50, $25, even $10, something small. Sometimes they're gag gifts or whatever, but do kind of brainstorm and think of any of those groups that you may belong to that would be having some sort of gift exchange. The next one is charitable giving. So the holiday time of year is just a really great time where we all feel so generous and we want to really help out others that are less fortunate than ourselves. And around every turn, there is a charity that is looking for people to help, to give, to donate. And I know last year for myself, it was a huge challenge because my husband and I, we really love to participate in those things. And we love to give gifts to the Angel Tree and Adopt a Family and all of those different things. And we always choose, one or two that we're definitely doing as a family. Well, last year I literally had probably like 10 different groups or friends who were throwing parties, but part of the party was to donate to one of these causes or whatever. And we felt horrible because we really wound up saying, I'm sorry, but we already have given to our top 3, or I think maybe 4 last year. And we've already donated, so we can't participate anymore. So it can be really challenging and really hard to say no, but you need to have a set budget for that, and you need to, choose an amount that you feel really good at, that you and your spouse or partner, or just you on your own if you're single, if you are planning to do some charitable giving and donating during the holiday season, set your amount, set what you're willing to give, and do it purposefully, and just know that you're going to feel so good about doing that. But when you do have to say no to something, it's okay to say no. You set your dollar amount and you already have done that, and other people just need to respect that, and I think generally they do. The next thing I have on the list is teacher gifts. So those of you with kids, again, there's going to be teacher gifts that you participate in around the holiday time, so just be prepared for that. Typically they're smaller things, but always good to have it planned into the budget. Depending on how many kids you are, these gifts can range from $20 that you spend total up to 50, 60, 70. I mean, it can add up if you have a lot of children and a lot of different teachers that you're buying something for. So definitely try to brainstorm that and set a dollar amount that you're going to spend on teacher gifts. Any gifts that you might give to service people. So again, around the holiday season, a lot of times we like to give an extra bonus to maybe a nanny or a hairstylist or the mailman. My dad was a mailman, and we always loved it at Christmas time when he would come home and he would have, peanut brittle and different treats, and he would get cards from people on his mail route, and it was just really cool. And I know that may not be as standard anymore as it was 20 or 30 years ago, but definitely there are still many people in the service industry that this time of year you are going to be giving a little extra bonus to or a little gift to. And so you want to try and budget for that and write down who those people are. So 1, you don't feel bad when you forget them. And 2, so you have a very clear idea of what your budget looks like for this holiday season. Okay, next on the list is holiday parties. So again, during the holiday season, there is a party to go to almost every single week, if not 2 or 3. So typically, people will bring something small to give to the hostess. So kind of have something in mind. If you are someone that likes to bring a bottle of wine or a box of cookies or something like that, just a little treat that you give to the host or hostess of the party, I would have something like that in mind. These things and teacher gifts, I really do think it's great to find something that you can buy in bulk at a really great price. So if you are someone that brings a bottle of wine, maybe go out and get one of those 6 bottles that you can usually get at a discount when you buy 6 at a time. So look for those opportunities where you can kind of maximize on the discount of buying bulk. And that way you have it on hand for all of those different occasions and you've got a little bit better price on it. And it just saves some of the hassle and the stress of like running and grabbing something for every single person. When you say, this is what we're doing for teachers this year, we're doing, a mug and cocoa and a gift card to whatever. So you can just buy all of them together and try to find a good price on whatever you're getting. Same with those holiday parties and things like that. So that is our gift list, and there may be others. I would love to know if you're thinking of other people on the list that I've forgotten. I was trying to brainstorm and I came up with a list of 11 and I was like, that's such a weird number, right? So if you guys can come up with another one, I would love to hear your other ideas so I can add it to my list of brainstorming for the holidays. So that is the number one thing that you want to do when you're starting off preparing for the holiday season. And I really recommend that you do this now. I know it seems crazy because it's still a little bit over 2 months away from Christmas, but you need to do this now so that you can set a budget and pay cash for Christmas. You have to know how much money you need. So please, please, please do not procrastinate. Don't put this off and think you're going to do it in another week or two or next month when it gets closer or when you have a chance to really brainstorm what gifts you're going to get. You don't need to know what gifts you're getting. You need to know what dollar amount you feel good about spending on each of these people. Get it on paper. Look at your total, okay? Because I know I like go, oh yeah, $50 for that person and 25 for that and 150 for that. And I add it up and go, oh my gosh, okay, never mind. $10. And I'm not saying to be cheap for the holidays, but you need to be responsible and you need to know what you're getting into, and you will feel so good about what you do spend for the holidays and the gifts that you give and that you have intentionally purchased, not just, impulsive shopping, but you actually have intent and thought behind each of the gifts that you give because you know what dollar amount you're going to spend. So it forces you to be a little bit more purposeful with your gift giving, which really I think makes the gifts all that more meaningful and special. Okay. So that is our number one thing. Number two, again, I've already gone into this, but it is setting your dollar amount. So we talked about creating the list and putting the dollar amount on each person, but we're just really going to drill into you with step number two is that you must know your budget. So this is looking at that total amount of money that you are going to spend. Right now we have about 7 or 8 weeks. It is October 16th today. So you've probably got 5 pay periods. If you're on a 2-week pay cycle, you've probably got 5 paychecks to go until Christmas is here. So you need to look at your total dollar amount of how much you intend to spend for Christmas. You're going to divide it by the number of pay periods that you have left before Christmas. And that is the dollar amount you need to put aside each pay period to pay cash for Christmas. Okay, so if you have to put aside $800 every paycheck to pay for Christmas, and you know there's no way you're going to do that, you need to reevaluate how much you're spending on each of these gifts. You need to try to be creative and look for a way to do something that's still special and meaningful to you, but to also stick within the budget that you realistically can afford, okay? Because there is just nothing worse than ending the holiday season with regret, okay? You do not want to end the holidays feeling regret. You want to feel confident and happy and joyous and just filled with love and optimism for the year that's ahead of you. And you will feel all of that when you have paid cash for Christmas, okay? So, some of the tips that I really like for setting my budget and sticking to it is using an app on my phone. So again, this is like paper brainstorming, and it's a good way just to like jot down your ideas and get it all ready with the brainstorming sheet that I have for you to download. But I also really recommend that you try to put one of the Christmas wish list apps on your phone. So on Apple, I have used for the last couple of years, let's see, it is called the Christmas List. I think it was $1.99 to purchase. But I really like this list. I feel like it's very easy to use. You add in each person that you intend to shop for. You can set a budget amount for them. You can put in the list of what items you're shopping for, where you're seeing it, what the price is. You can mark it once it's purchased or if it's still kind of pending to be purchased, and it will keep track of everything of how much you've spent. And then you can save it to like the next year. When you go into the following year, you can archive what you did the year before. So you can always go back and like look and see who did I shop for. So it kind of helps to keep your brain on track when it comes to all of this crazy holiday shopping. So I definitely recommend that one. I did also find another one. It's called Santa's Bag, and that one is free on Apple, on the iPhone. So Santa's Bag, that one's the free one. That has the day counter, the countdown. So when I checked that one out, I was like, oh my gosh, it's 70 days till Christmas. That was yesterday. So that one definitely has the sense of urgency on it. So check that one out. Otherwise, the Christmas List, also for iPhone, is $1.99. And then the other one that I found for Android users is the Christmas Gift List. So that looks like another one that looks pretty easy to use, a way to track all of your shopping, your lists. You can set budgets on that one as well. So I definitely recommend that you get these. And guys, I use this all year. Like once I have it on my phone, because it's so hard to keep track of what everyone wants. Like my kids, obviously, like young kids, they change their mind like pretty much every 5 minutes, okay? But every now and again, they say something that is like, oh, that would actually be a cool gift for Christmas. So I will add it to my app so that when the time comes, when I'm ready to go shopping, or if I'm out and about or whatever, I can pull it up at any time. And I've got everything right there. Like what do they really want this year? Because everyone always asks me if I don't have my list. It's very hard to come up with ideas on my own because they're, like I said, their ideas for what they want are very fleeting and fickle. So you definitely want to capture those ideas when they spurt out of their mouth. And really, honestly, the same for my husband. Like I never know what to get him. He doesn't really ask for much, but every now and again throughout the year, he's like, oh, that'd be really cool to have whatever, or you could get me this for Christmas or for my birthday. And if I don't write it down, if I don't put it somewhere that's going to save it for me, it's like in one ear and totally out the other. It's gone, okay? So I'm not going to remember. So use the app, and you can use it for Christmas shopping that way if you need to keep track of your spouse's wish list for other things too. But I definitely recommend that. It's great to have the set dollar amount. You are going to definitely want to stick to that, and it's great to visualize it and see it all and then be able to check off the shopping as you go throughout the holiday season. Okay, so let's see. The last thing that I want to talk about is when you are doing all of your shopping, it can get really tough to manage your budget because it is the time of year when we have more debits on our card than any other time of the year. Okay, there is just much more activity. It gets really overwhelming. I know even still, even though we stick to our budget, when I see all of the debits going on, it makes me like a little bit anxious. I feel this sense of unease, like maybe I'm missing something, what's happening? There's just so much going on. It's hard to track it all. So here are some of my tips on how to help manage that. So tip number one, which is the easiest tip, I think, is just to take out cash. So take out cash for a set dollar amount if you're shopping for a certain person, or you can take it out for everyone and just divide it up for those people. But take out cash, and you use cash when you make your purchases, and then there's zero debits going on in your bank account. It's just the one cash withdrawal. So that is a very, very easy way to stick to it. It's also a very powerful way to help you stick to your budget, because when you have cash in your pocket, you know how much you have to spend. You're always checking it. You're like, do I have enough to get that? Does it make sense if I'm buying this, $80 thing, I've only got like 100 left. Do I really want to do that? Like, it just helps you to make much more just well thought out purchases. So I do definitely encourage people to use cash. So number 2 would be to use a credit card, not your debit card, so that you don't have all of the debits going in and out of your bank account. Again, this still has a fair amount of unease, I guess. This is if you are someone who is just really, really good at sticking to a set dollar amount with the credit card and turning around and paying it off immediately. So you're going to go shopping, make your purchases, and like do it all that week or whatever, and then turn right around and immediately pay it off. I don't want it sitting there on your credit card. And it can easily get out of hand, I guess, when you do use the debit card or the credit card, because you don't have that set amount that you're looking at. The third way that I think is also a really great way to do your Christmas shopping is to purchase a gift card. So that way you've just got the debit through your bank account of the purchase of the gift card or multiple gift cards. You could purchase for each category of person that you're going to buy for, teacher gifts, they get X amount, or you can try to keep track of it all as a bulk thing. I know that people will argue that, you have to pay a fee to buy the gift cards. And yes, that is true. You do have to pay a fee to activate the gift cards. I know a lot of times when you buy them at the mall kiosks, they're only like a $3 activation. And honestly, if you had to buy 10 of them, it was $30. It's way better than the amount of overspending that you potentially could do by just using your debit card or using your credit card if you're not really disciplined with that. So I definitely love the idea of buying a gift card and using that specifically for your Christmas shopping. So again, there can be multiple debits on it. It's nothing that you really have to keep track of. You just need to know how much is left on your card. So I love that. And actually, my husband and I use that because we don't like to know what each other is getting us for the holidays. We like to surprise each other, and I would know every single thing I'm getting if he didn't use a gift card to shop for me because I do all of the budgeting. So I'm always in the bank and I see everything and I'm like, oh, he was just at wherever, and I know it before he even got home. So it kind of spoils the fun and spoils the surprise of holiday shopping. So a way to kind of keep that masked is to go and buy a gift card and then do all of your shopping with that. So anyway, those are the top 3 tips to help get you through the holiday season. So number 1 is that you want to create your list, a very well-defined list of who you're going to shop for and a set dollar amount for each of those people. Number 2 is you are going to know what your total budget is for your holiday season. So what is that dollar amount that does not make you want to barf? And you're going to write that down, keep track of it. You're going to have it very well established with who's getting what dollar-wise for the holidays, and you know how much you need to take out of every paycheck between now and Christmas to pay cash for the holidays. And guys, again, do this now. Don't wait, okay? We're getting close. And then number 3 is just helping to minimize the transactions that happen around the holidays to, again, lower your stress when it comes to managing your budget when you're approaching Christmas time. So I hope that you guys learned a lot. I hope that this is helpful. I would love to hear from you. So please, please, please try to post on my Facebook page. You can find me on Facebook or Instagram at Hey Jill Emanuel. So HeyJillEmanuel. Hey Jill Emanuel. And I hope that this was beneficial, and have a great holiday season. I'll see you guys later. Bye.